Hello, and welcome back to the Parenting Burrito, formerly known as Parent Talk. This is a podcast that wraps up the parenting lifestyles all into one place. We talk about the real struggles, the real fails, and the real happiness that we all experience as a parent. If there's one thing I want you to take from this podcast, it is knowing that you are not alone in your feelings, actions, and emotions. We are not perfect, and there's no need to pretend to be. I'm your host, Alexandria, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today. So like every podcast, we start out with a daily affirmation, and today's affirmation is going to be, I accept change with an open heart. And I really want you to say this affirmation out loud. Take a deep breath in and out, and say this affirmation out loud. I accept change with an open heart. So today's topic is the changing world and how to parent. I feel like with things going more virtual, it makes it a little bit harder to manage your sanity, for one, and to manage socializing, because you never really realized that you needed that, or your kids really needed that until you're stuck at home. And it's crazy to think that school has been out for almost an entire year. March would mark an entire year for my kids' school. They have not gone back to in-person learning whatsoever. It's just hard. It's hard, and I'm grateful that I'm able to work from home so that I can be home with my kids. I did try the virtual learning 100% on my own once I was a full-time at-home worker, and everything was going good. And then my daughter started not paying attention and messing with her brothers, and then I'd get texts from her brother's teacher saying that she was messing with them during class. And then my oldest son I'd constantly get messages for him. We were literally on the phone with the principal like every other week because he was off task and he wasn't turning in assignments. And I get it. It's hard. It's a huge adjustment. It's just hard because I'm a single parent and I'm supposed to work full time in order to provide for my family. And the teachers want me to essentially sit there with 3 different kids at 3 different times. And it's just unrealistic. And I know I'm not bashing teachers whatsoever, because I think teachers are doing an amazing job with what they are given. And I think they should keep up the good work. And I know this is not how they envision teaching, but I think they're doing great for what they can be doing. But back to the topic. So I had my eldest started looking up inappropriate things like sex positions, which you would think, being a school, it would be blocked, any sex-related topics. But in fact, it wasn't. And my son spent about 10 minutes on a sex position website. And yeah, tell me why I had to have a sex talk with my son at 8 years old. And I don't care who you are. That is way too young to be having that sex talk with your kids. Full-blown sex talk anyways. I think like saying the proper body parts and things like that definitely help ease into it, but you really don't expect to have the full-blown talk. It's especially at a young age. But after that incident, I decided to homeschool, and decided that YouTube was banned from my house. But so after homeschooling, I realized like, if I'm this stressed out with how different the world is, and I barely know how to cope with it, or barely know how to navigate through it, I can't imagine how my kids are feeling. I can't imagine how they view the coronavirus or this current situation that they're in, because the world, I feel like, is becoming crazier and crazier. And I know this can turn political really quickly, and that's not my intention, because no, regardless of your political party, the world is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand with this virus and being stuck at home. And like, public schools are so important just solely for the fact of being able to socialize, for your kids to be able to learn social skills, for your kids to be able to make friends outside of their siblings, outside of their family, outside of their cousins. They need to have their own life so that they're able to be their own human beings. And I think when we're all stuck in one place, you definitely start picking up characteristics of stronger personalities in your family, which most of the time is me. And then second would probably be my daughter, but I don't have the best habits. And for my kids to be around me 24/7, 7 days a week, it's tough, because they pick up all the good habits that I have and also all the terrible ones. And it's more so now that we're quarantined together or have virtual school or working from home and things like that, because kids really do pick up every little thing that we do, that we say, how we act, how we do something. It's really crazy. You really start to see yourself, especially being an only parent. You really start to see yourself within your child with a mixture of their personality. And sometimes that is not a good combo. But with that being said, I decided that I was going to sign my kids up for like a sport or something along those lines, you know, to help them be social and help them like relearn who they are, because it's really hard to really be yourself. Because if you think about it, we all have personalities or personas that we put on for different aspects of our life. Like, we all have a career persona that we put on, and we all have a mom or parent persona. We have a daughter, son, or we just have different personas that we take on. And, you know, it's really hard to sometimes be yourself, because I can't be 100% myself when I'm around my kids, because sometimes I'm not appropriate. And, you know, and it's hard to play mom 24/7. It's hard. Okay, let me rephrase that, because I don't mean like play the role of mom 24/7, because I can do it, because I do it. It's more of staying in the role of mom. You know, like, I have my kids sneak in my bed at night. So like, even when I sleep, I'm playing mom, you know, in my freaking sleep. So it's hard and it's exhausting. You know, I don't really get to see friends. I mean, I live with a friend, or we live together, and he works all the time. I'm working or busy with all this other stuff, and it's hard to really be yourself. Because like I said, it takes a while for people to really know who you are. And you have to be able to spend time with those people who really know who you are to be able to express yourself without listening ears or prying eyes or anything like that. So with that being said, I decided to sign my kids up for Taekwondo. And we are on day 4. Tomorrow will be day 5. And it has made a huge improvement. My kids are happier. They're able to socialize, make friends, have inside jokes with their friends, and not be around mom, which is nice. I get an hour to myself. I usually am not the type to sit and do nothing, but I take that hour to myself and read and reflect and write, and it seems to be benefiting all four of us. So I guess the moral of this podcast is as comfortably as you can, get your kids to be more social. Or even go outside, spend some time outside in the sun. Like, take them to a park, let them play in the backyard, let them play in the rain, go for a walk, go for a hike, be out in nature. Do something other than stay at home and get close to wringing each other's necks, because that just ends badly for everyone. If you've loved what you heard today, show your support and join our community on buymecoffee.com/Inspo Family blog. Remember, Inspo Family is a place where families grow, so grow through kindness, because kindness matters and so do you. Also, for more great content, please visit inspofamily.com. Thanks for listening, guys.